guys. My name is Brother Moses-el, and we're about to turn it up a notch and chop it up.
Turn me up!
We be going over time. We be going over time.
What them haters are saying. Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
They gon' make me ride on this one, nigga.
We be going over time.
Get 'em.
We be going over time. We be going over time.
Hey, tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Tell me what you want.
We be going over time.
Y'all gon' make me come out.
Chop it up. Chop it up. Chop it up.
What's going on, y'all? You know who it is and what it is. It's your boy sosdior with the Chop It Up podcast, and I want to give a special shout out to Lifted Hypnosis and Wellness Center and Dr. Alfaro. Here, sitting to my right and to your left. This little mini series is actually sponsored by him specifically, so I wanted to take the time out really quickly to give you guys kind of the 411 on what's going on and how him and brothermoses-el has actually met each other.
Well, welcome. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Well, over the years, I've worked with a lot of individuals. A lot of people know me working with David Benavidez and light heavyweight champion of the world and a bunch of different boxers and sport players. I've worked with a lot of personal individuals in my practice, everything, coming over, overcoming different stressors and traumas in their lives, a lot of different things. So I am a clinical hypnotherapist. I have 2 degrees in hypnotherapy, and giving credit to HMI School of Hypnosis, Dr. Kappas, as I give that credit to him. So in the realm of all my working with a lot of different individuals, I was called up one day and asked me to work with Brother Moses-el here on some things, and I'll let him talk about his part of it, about how we came together. But it was one unique thing that I knew that I had to do before I even started working with this brother here. I had to go meet with him first. He had to get to know me, who I am. I had to get to know him before we even started working together through his different challenges and so forth. So, yeah. Thank you for having me on your show.
Honestly, this is all brought to you once again brought to you by Lifted Hypnosis and Wellness Center. So if you are struggling with any challenges, Dr. Alfaro is the person you want to speak to. I just gotta say that. Thank you. Moses-el?
Well, as you have heard, Dr. Alfaro, and great friend of mine that I met several. Matter of fact, I met both of you guys around the same time. Well, I met you first, but then I eventually met you too, man. Which I discovered was a very fundamental opportunity for me to have met y'all brothers, especially seeing y'all years now after the fact, still pushing forth with that spirit that is so important to us as a people and going forward. That it's these types of things that draws my interest about individuals like ourselves. And I want to put it in a particular category, but this is all about my introducing who I am and how I came in contact with this brother. One of the reasons me coming in contact with him was because my wife wanted me to see a professional counselor, psychiatrist, somebody that could speak for the trauma and the pain that I suffered for being wrongly convicted. That is the foundation and the origin of me and him coming in contact with each other. So me being the type of person I am, I'm very analytical, you know, and it's important to be analytical. Analyze things before you rush into making a decision about anything. I don't care what it is, you know, because I had an individual say to me one day, the devil is in the small print. Why in the small print? Because you can't see it when it's small. And 9 times out of 10, it's so small you don't want to see it.
Right.
Oh man, just give me the paper, let me sign. You know, no, I'm not that type of individual. Not in these days and time. So I didn't really want to accept what she was saying until I could see the person in front of me. You know, because I feel like I'm a good judge or judger when it comes to dealing with individuals' character because of my broad experience in life. I done been around politicians, millionaires, billionaires. Never really met no celebrity other than one that I took a picture with him, and that was Dennis Rodman. You know, and I was baffled when I see it. I'm like, what? You know, I even told him, I said, he didn't want to take a picture with me, right? He said, hey, people don't walk up on me. I said, man, I'm taking a picture with you. You know, my wife was here, she'll tell you, I did just like that. I said, I'm taking a picture with you. And I took it, right? And he said, all right. You know, that was my first bully move on Dennis Rodman. You know, which is a true story. I got a picture to show this here.
Hey, he pulled a Detroit Pistons bad boy move on Dennis Rodman.
That's what I did.
Y'all heard it.
Y'all heard it, right?
Y'all heard it.
Y'all heard it right here.
Dennis Rodman, if you don't like it, come see me.
That part.
But I met Dr. Alfaro, and you know, we had a very insightful conversation that night. But most of my conversation was more or less like, you know, like Superman, how he had X-ray vision. He wanted to look through walls and all that. See, I wanted to look into him. You know, because once I see what's inside of you, I'll know what your purpose is for being here.
Right.
Especially in my house.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So what I saw, me and the brother exchanged our phone numbers, our greetings, you know, and I said, brother, you know, every time I could make my presence known, because this is my interest, I said, you know, I'll be there. You know, so I'm not gonna say I upheld every part of that contract, that verbal contract, but for the most part, 98% of it, I honored that. You know, I was there when you was coaching the teams and things like that.
Yeah.
Every opportunity I could get, because I had a schedule at that time that was taking me different places around the country.
Right.
Yeah.
So I honored that, and I always told Brother Alfaro, Dr. Alfaro, hey man, I'm your brother, I'm not your enemy. You know, and if we gonna do something or be involved with each other, said it has to be principles and character involved. Otherwise, don't work with me.
Exactly.
Right.
You know? Because I'm not here to stunt you,
Right.
encroach on you. We as a people have experienced too much of that. You know, and I'm here to change that. So this is how I presented myself to him. We've been friends ever since.
Ever since?
I haven't heard from him. Man, what? Probably 2 years since we.
About 2 years?
Yeah, and then while I was in Baltimore, I am from Baltimore, bred, raised, and all that. But I'm also outside of Baltimore. I'm more than Baltimore, right? But I'm going back to Baltimore. I'm like the prodigal son. You know, I got something to take, not just to Baltimore, because Baltimore is everywhere in this country. You know, so I have some place to go everywhere here. You know, but one of my major concern is making certain that I leave something behind. That's one of my major concerns. always say I'm like last of the real, and I mean that, you know. And I stand on that until somebody changes. That means you're gonna have to be realer than me, you know, because you can't buy me.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
I'm not for sale. There ain't enough money in the world to buy me. I don't care who you is. You could be the president of the United States. You know, I done proved who I am, what I stand for. I'm sincere about this because it deals with the dignity of an individual, and I'm about dignity. And I noticed that as a people, we don't have that. So I like having this podcast because I get the chance to tell my story. This is my story that nobody never heard.
And speaking on that, we're gonna say that. You know who it is and what it is.
We be going overtime. We be going overtime. We be going overtime.